Come with us to Old San Juan in Puerto Rico, and I guarantee you'll fall in love with it like we did. We will take you to the best resort. We'll take you to where the pina colada was invented, take you to an amazing park of pigeons, and to the narrowest house in the Northern Hemisphere. We will go to a beautiful cathedral where Ponce de Leon is buried and take you to the best restaurant. We'll also take you to where Ponce de Leon lived and to an amazing fortress. We will take you to one of the most beautiful cemeteries on the coast and then take you to a secret spot that gives you the best view of the neighborhood La Perla. Have you heard of Carmelo Anthony? That's his basketball court. We'll go to some of the best photo ops and so much more. Come along.
Welcome to VO's Travel. Where to go and what to see. With kids.
Or without. Okay, San Juan is Puerto Rico's largest city, and if you go to the main city of San Juan, it's skyscrapers and traffic, just like any other big city. But where you really want to go is Old San Juan. This is where it's located, and this is where the streets are made of blue cobblestone. You feel like you're in Europe. There is so much charm, and there are no skyscrapers to be found. Old San Juan was established in 1521, and you absolutely feel it. All right, let's check it out. So San Juan is an amazing place, and we found the best resort, the Canto Plaza, which is just right across the water from Old San Juan. Maybe a 5-minute Uber ride. The lobby was beautiful. I have another video all about this resort and everything that we loved about it, so make sure you check it out. But it is right on the water, and you definitely can't go wrong with that view. All right, after we take an Uber into Old San Juan, the first place we stopped was China. This is where the pina colada was invented. They have the normal pina coladas with alcohol, and they also have non-alcoholic pina coladas for kids. The next place you should go is the iconic Umbrella Street. It is actually called Fortaleza Street, and unfortunately when we were there, the umbrellas were not. They had lights dangling over the street, and even at nighttime they weren't on, so maybe you'll have better luck when you go there. Next up is Parque de Palomas. It is Pigeon Park, and when you go into this park, there are pigeons. Hundreds and hundreds of pigeons. You can pay for bird feed, and if you do that, they will land all over you. I saw people with pigeons all over their arms, their heads, completely covered in pigeons. No thank you. I just walked in Pigeon Park and almost got bombarded, but they did not land on me, thank goodness. They live in those little holes in the wall, and it is actually a really cool park as long as you're not afraid of birds. The next place you should check, which is right next door, is the Narrow House. It's the narrowest house in all of the Northern Hemisphere. The next spot you should check out is the Cathedral Basilica de San Juan Bautista. It is the second oldest cathedral in all of the Americas, and also where Juan Ponce de Leon is buried. You can walk through it. It is free and absolutely breathtaking. There's beautiful stained glass windows, and if you walk all the way to the back, you will see where Juan Ponce de Leon is actually buried. Okay, now food. You need to go to La Danza. They have lots of outdoor seating. It's in a great part of town. We tried their empanadillas. We had both chicken and beef, and they were both amazing. I also tried mofongo for the first time. I had the chicken, and it was amazing. Their appetizers run between $10 and $15, and the mofongo was around $20. Depending on the meat that you had. The cool thing about this restaurant is they had amazing outdoor seating, but they are also sister companies with the Mexican restaurant right across the street. So if you wanted Mexican, you could order from the Mexican restaurant. If you wanted Puerto Rican food, order from them. If it's hot and shaved ice sounds refreshing, head to Limber's. It's literally a lady's house. She will come to her window and serve you shaved ice when you ring her bell. If you like history, head over to Museo Casa Blanca. This is where Juan Ponce de Leon lived, and you can tour his house for $5. You can still see a lot without paying the entry fee, and that's just what we did because we didn't have a lot of time on our hands, but it is a beautiful place. Next, you have to visit the historical site of Castillo San Del Morro. There are 2 forts in Old San Juan, and this is one of them. There is a huge lawn where a lot of people like to fly kites. It's a great place to have a picnic, just hang out, but inside the fort is amazing too. If you have a passport to your national parks, make sure to bring that along so you can get a stamp at this location. Next are the Garitas. They are all over, and you do not have to pay admission into the forts to actually have access to these. They are all over the island. They offer beautiful views and are just an iconic site of Old San Juan. Right next to Del Morro is this beautiful cemetery. You can view it from above, or you can go down and around into this little tunnel that will take you into the actual cemetery. We did both, and both had amazing views. It's so pretty because it is right there on the water, and you just can't beat it. On the other side of the cemetery is the neighborhood La Perla. It is said to be one of the most dangerous neighborhoods, and I will show you a place where you can get a great view of it if you don't wish to walk through it. But that is exactly what we did. It was daytime and we felt safe. It was definitely a little bit of a culture shock to my kids, but we were only in the neighborhood for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then walked right out. It was absolutely interesting, and yeah, I would go back there, just definitely not at nighttime. If you do want to see a little bit of the neighborhood, and especially Carmelo Anthony's basketball court, you can do that without actually walking into the neighborhood. Murals are also a fun thing to visit in Puerto Rico, and this Puerto Rican flag is one of the most famous. Head to Calle Imperial to find that flag. There is another castle, like I said. It is the Castillo San Cristóbal. We did not tour it because we were really hot and wanted to get back to the swimming pool at our resort. But you should check out that place too. One really cool thing about the resort that we stayed at was right next to Playacita del Condado, which was a tiny beach that was really quaint. It is a public beach, but you also have direct access to it from our hotel. You can actually go snorkeling straight from there. And this little truck parks outside of that beach almost every day, and they sell pina coladas. We got virgin ones, of course, out of pineapples directly in front of that beach, and that was a highlight for our kids. If you're looking for carryout, Los Piños is an amazing place. It's about a 5 to 10 minute walk from our resort, and I highly recommend that you do. We got so much local Puerto Rican food. We probably had 3 times what we needed, but it was all so delicious. Okay, back in Old San Juan, head over to Paseo de la Princesa. It is a street, kind of like an outdoor market. There's lots of vendors there selling handmade things. They also have a lot of street food. And it probably only took 15-20 minutes to walk through, but it is a definite place that you should check out when in Old San Juan. As we were wandering the streets that evening, look what we came upon, a wedding parade. Okay, another place you need to check out in Old San Juan is Cortez Choco Bar. It is a restaurant and dessert place. Fun thing about this place is that they serve their hot chocolate with cheese. A lot of their dishes do come with chocolate, like they have a grilled cheese and chocolate sandwich. It's just a really fun place to check out, and their hot chocolate was absolutely delicious, even with the cheese inside of it. For dinner that night, we had reservations at Triana Tapas Flamenco. It is a sit-down restaurant that has a flamenco show every night at 7:30 p.m. If you do wish to go, make sure you make reservations, especially for the 7:30 time frame. I will say I have been to a flamenco show in Spain, and it definitely was not as good. There was a lot more talking than there was dancing, but if you're looking for a relaxing place for dinner with a little show, you might want to check it out. I just don't know if we would go back, to be honest. The dancer didn't seem to know true flamenco dancing. She just kind of whirled her skirt around a little bit, but it was entertainment. For dessert that night, we stopped at Anita Gelato, and I would highly recommend you do too. They had so many flavors. The line was a little bit long after dinner time, but it was so worth the wait. All of the gelatos that we tasted were absolutely delicious. Okay, and last but definitely not least, the place where you can get an amazing view of the neighborhood La Perla. Head to La Garita. It is a restaurant right on the outskirts of La Perla, and you will want to sit on that bar with the windows facing out. We got some delicious drinks and the tostones. They were amazing. That about wraps up my list of things to do in Old San Juan. I do have a lot more videos coming out, including where to go swimming in these sand caves. It was absolutely amazing. We found a swimming hole with a private waterfall. We spent time in Ponce, so check out my other videos. And as always, I hope that you remember to choose joy and take all of the pictures.